Good morning. Good morning. I've been up since what, 5:30 this morning? Get a plan ready. Have a plan ready. Eugenia, honey, what are you talking about? Have a plan ready. Get a plan ready. There's a lot of times we talk about we want to do this, we want to do that. You know, you'd like to do this, you'd like to do that, but are you working toward it? Do you got a plan ready, you all? And like you may say, well, if the food runs out at the store, I'd like to have some extra food on hand. Well, are you planning on doing that? Are you planning on gathering a little extra bit of canned goods as you go to the store, or some shelf-stable food like dry pasta or something like that? Are you making preparations? Do you got a plan to make some preparations if something was to happen? Would you be able to act on it, or would you just kind of wing it like I did this video right here? Well, Gina, honey, you don't plan your videos. Well, this right here, if it enters my mind, well, see, I can come on here and I can talk. It doesn't take much of a plan to get on here and do a YouTube video for me when I'm doing things like that. But if there's something I want to do and I want to accomplish in one day, I'm already going to have that plan in the back of my mind. I am. It might not happen in the order that it happens, but I'm going to make sure, I'm going to think ahead of time, what do I need to do what I need to do, and how much time do I got to do it in, you all? And you may look around in the world and say, well, there's a lot of things I'd like to do, but I don't got enough time. There's not enough time. Well, we're running out of time. We really are running out of time, and there really isn't. You're right. There's not enough time to do the things that you want to do that you might have put off. Even me, there's not enough time to do all the things that I wanted to do. I have lots of plans, but there's too much to focus on, way too much. So then I got to prioritize them, you all. We got to do it. Smash the button. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. I like saying that. That's great. Misty World, hello, you all. So really, we do have to have a plan ready in the event of lots of things in our life. And you can look around, you can see what's happening in the world. You can see that it's kind of falling apart, and inflation is picking up, and you may be noticing some products are missing that you would like to have in the grocery store, some food or something like that. You may find that you needed a part for your car, but you can't get it because it's on back order and they don't know when it's going to come back. Hello. Yeah, you are. We have to get a plan. Get your plan ready and act on it. And when you make a plan, you all, let's think about this. Misty, that's wonderful. When you make a plan, you've got to be ready to adapt, because sometimes your plans are somebody's going to throw a wrench into your plans, and then you're going to have to recalibrate. You're going to have to recalculate. You got to have a backup. Say, if this happens, well, this is what I'm going to do. You want to be prepared as best as possible, you all. And you got to be able to adapt when you make your plans. There's a scripture. In his heart, man makes his plans, but God determines his footsteps. Him or her, you can make all the plans you want, but then your footsteps may take you in a different direction, but you're going to be ready for it. Hopefully you're ready for it, because sometimes life does not go as we plan. But at least you planned. At least you were working toward it, right? Gina, honey, what do you just spit it out? Good morning. Good morning. That's right, James, honey. I love it. Hello, Denny, love it. Yeah. You all, when we start the live streams, they wait till there's around 50 or 60 or 70 people before they allow a lot of people in for some strange reason. And it's okay, you all. I've already walked 4 miles this morning on my treadmill. I've been outside walking around too. I did a short a Facebook video, teeny tiny one, because of a speaking down to me comment, and I blocked the individual. Gina, that's not nice. Well, it wasn't nice what they said, because I'm not beneath them, and they're not above me. They're not. So I let it go. That was the 3rd time. That's it, you all. You can do it. You may find yourself cutting people out of your life too. People that literally wish to disrupt your life in a negative way, to bring you down to where you cannot even focus on doing what you want to do. You may find yourself having to do that. You may. especially if you're in a good mood. Have you noticed that? You're in a really good mood, then someone comes around, and then boom, say you got balloons, you're holding that balloon, and they come around and they pop your balloon. Is that very nice? No, that's not very nice, you all. You may have to sever some connections in your life, some lifetime connections, and a lot of people have had to do that with everything that's happened. Those that were dear friends, it's like something happened and then boom, the switch got turned off, and it was nothing that you did. The switch like got turned off. You did the dishes, Danny, honey. Wow, you are kicking with us. That's right, you can kick with us. You can. You all, yeah, we got a plan. Plan on, I'd like to say, you can in some instances plan on things getting better. You really can. But in some instances also plan on some things getting worse. But you've got to stay like, you got to stay balanced on the inside of here. You got to keep going, and you've got to keep that love growing, because that's what's going to keep you going. If you can let the love grow on the inside, like let's go all the way up to where it comes overflowing. You can do it. You are. You can. It's your vibration. It's your energy field. It's your aura. It's everything. You've got to. You really do have to. Hello, old rider, honey. We got to have a plan. We got to make plans throughout our lives. We can't just willy-nilly. You can't think, I think I'm going to go visit a cave, and then you leave so late in the day, and by the time you get to the cave, it's so dark you can't even see to go in the cave. I think you waited a little bit too late, really. You ever try to do something at the last minute, and you're scrambling and scrambling and scrambling, and you forget stuff? You do. And sometimes that happens a lot. You go with the flow, but you forget stuff. It really is important to plan. Plan on doing the things you want to do, things you want to get done, and try to follow it. Try to follow it. But realize something may happen and your plans may get a little skewed, but you got to be able to adapt. That doesn't mean that you have to forget about your plans. Sometimes your plans, your footsteps are going to take you in another direction. But had you not planned to begin with, you wouldn't have went into that other direction. Isn't that right? That's how I've noticed it in life too. You can plan, but then you end up going in another direction. But had you not planned, would you had went into that other direction? Probably not. Probably not. You have ape caves. Mickey, you have apes. Apes? Yeah, you are zapped of your energy today. Jesus is King. I hope you get some energy. I really do. The world is on fire. What's on fire? Volcanoes and stuff, and wildfires and direct energy things doing that. Yeah, plan A, B, C. Jaquita, honey. That's right. Plan A, B, and C. That's like when I worked a second shift job. I threw a bug out bag in the back of my vehicle, and in that bug out bag, it was a backpack. It had some water, and it had like some little bit of energy bar or something. I made sure I had a flashlight and something else, and I made sure I have good durable shoes, because if I had to walk home, that would be, I don't know, probably 15 miles or so. I wanted to be able to make sure I could walk home. So I threw it in my car every time. Because if I got stranded on the highway, if there was like an EMP or something, and all of a sudden I see everybody's cars stop, I'm not going to sit on that highway. If my car stops and everybody else stops, then I will know that an EMP has occurred. And I am going to immediately, at that point, I'm going to get out of my car. I'm going to take my bug out bag, and I'm going to try to get off the main road and take the back way and go home. That's what I'm going to try to do, you all. Because you ain't, if you're sitting there, if that ever happens, if there is an EMP and that happens, Everybody's car is not going to start up all of a sudden unless great big UFOs did it and they turn your power back on. But if it's an EMP, you're not going nowhere. The cars are left on the road. You better be ready. Hello. From Hamburg. Hello there, Darren. Mount St. Helens in Washington State. Your relationship with your sister. You keep forging and trying again. That's hard. That's really hard. It is. If you have people in your life and that happens to you, it's hard and it's heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking because that's a part of you. That really is. It's an extension of you. And it's like it got severed forever. But then forever is a long time. You never know what might happen down the road. You really don't. Some people turn. They may turn on you now, and then when the going gets tough, then they're going to come back around. They could. You never know. But we got to have a plan, and you got to be ready. Plan ABC, like Chiquita said. And if one thing you plan on doing fails, then keep trying. Keep trying, because you're never going to succeed if you give up. If you say, well, it didn't work. Well, you're not trying hard enough. You're not. And sometimes, you may keep trying and trying to do something, but then it's just never meant. And then you get the message, well, I guess it's not meant, but it wasn't because you didn't try. Okay, that's how you can tell. Well, how do I know if it's something I'm meant to, that I need to be planning for? Well, if you keep trying and the same thing happens and happens and happens, you'll get the feeling on the inside, well, maybe this isn't meant. But if you don't put forth the effort, then that's, I don't know what to tell you all. We can't drive because you got bad anxiety attacks. Penny Davis. Wow. I've been there before. I did. I would get in the car as I was going to drive to this job that I worked to, but I was really stressed out with anxiety, and I started going down toward 65 southbound. And all of a sudden I thought, oh my gosh, I better get off the road. I had to pull into this truck stop area. I thought, I don't want to pass out. I ended up going to the hospital. And it's some kind of anxiety, you all. Stress will do that to you. Stressful things and the energy from the sun, it will affect you in ways that you could never imagine, you all. You've got to be prepared. We got to do whatever we can to alleviate the stress in our lives. The unnecessary stress. And there's a lot of unnecessary stress that we willingly put ourselves into, you all. You can prepare to be happy. You can prepare to be at peace. But in order to do that, you got to work at it. You do. It's not going to come easy at times. It's not. You sing songs. You have to do it. If you have to sing it, good morning, everybody. People are seeing the two suns again. Let me look in here. Always keep trying, you all. That's right. You keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Sometimes things don't work out, and then you're going to try something different. How about that? You're going to try something different. But you really should have a plan, and that goes for all different areas of your life. You don't got no volume, you all? Do you all got volume? Because I'm full blast right here. If you don't got volume, something has turned off your volume and muted me. Does anybody else got a volume on here? Oh, we don't got no like button? I got a like button. It says 36 people. Sometimes they don't let you like it. You was just looking for the concrete dome, and they contaminated the lands that you live in, Betty Zoom. Europe would be difficult to flee, yes. You know, places underground and tunnels in Belgium. Oh, it came back. Oh, you left? You went out, Donna, and then you came back in. From earlier today, Michelle Stone, honey, was that with Sabrina, the AI Sabrina, the one that like went like that? It turned. It's like the AI took complete control, even though it was a video that was already done. When we was watching it last night, it took complete control of the media, and it made the eyes look like that. And it looked right at you. Yeah, it's there. Some people are toxic. Yes. To shame and condemn and steal your joy, you are. Get away from the toxic people. Because if you're trying to get away from it and you continue to go around, what do you see, Gina? I'm hearing stuff. If you continue to go around toxic people, if you continue to put yourself in situations that are not good, that causes you to go into a downward spiral to throw you off track when you were doing so good, you need to stop it. Really, just stop it. Gina, that's not. Well, it is true. You do need to stop it. You need to wake up, because you've been there, done that, been there, done that, been there, done that. How many times you going to go, been there, done that, you are. Have a plan to get away from toxic people. Have a plan to live your life. We don't have much time left before everything gets a whole lot worse. We really don't. You want to embrace your life. You want to make the most out of the life that you do have while you can do all that you can do to prepare to plan to do it. Plan it. Plan it. You never know what's going to succeed. But if you, failure to plan is a plan to fail. That's exactly what it was said. Who said that? Failure to plan is planning to fail. Yeah, that's what happens. It makes sense to me. And I really haven't been one to write everything down. I'm not a person who writes things down that I need to do. I keep it up here. And because I know that with the day, with each day, even if it's something outside, I know there's certain things outside that I can only do when the weather is permitting. And the other things that I might want to do outside when the weather is not permitting, well, I have other things that I can do perhaps inside, but I want to do something. Europe is the battleground. Good morning, Betty Zoom, honey. We got O-Rider on here. Yes, we do. He's doing great. What place? Do you know about the land of the law? Never heard of Cindy K. Courier. Never heard of any of that. The bug out bag equipment with the mini stoves. You know what I thought would be nice? I've been looking at those. If you was to get a tent, planning, let's talk about this, a tent. The most durable tents, well, they'd probably be heavy, are the military grade, like the canvas, real canvas-like tents. And I don't think they dry rot. We had a boat cover back in Nevada that came with this old deep hole or deep well boat. It was so thick, super, super thick. But they have tents that are like that. And, you know, they'd be really heavy. But it'd be nice to have a tent. It would, because if you had to go away and you had to flee and you need a tent. Better than sleeping out in the open. At least you can enclose the tent to sleep in it, you all. You can do it. Oh, yeah, the stove. Some tents, they have the canvas-like tents. They have the rubber thing that comes with it for the chimney. I like to look at those videos, too. See what they got, and them little bitty stoves that go up in it, and works really well. Now, I don't think you can backpack that, a great big tip, but you could possibly, you know, put the smaller ones in a backpack if you're even capable of walking. Penny, that's great. If you divorced a narcissistic individual, you saved your spirit after it already did a lot of damage. Been there, done that. Lots of people can say they've been there, done that. And it's not pleasant, but if you don't do something, you're going to die on the inside, you all. You don't want to die on the inside, what little's left. You got to save that person on the inside of you. You do. Good morning, everyone. You got the squash and the zucchini, Dennis. Excuse me. Coming out good. You have a gold bag ready. That's right. You got to, Dennis. Have your bug out bag ready. And you might want to get hand crank flashlights too, because they don't require batteries, but you do have to do some work, and you got to wind them up, you all. Wind them up and shine it. At least you don't have to worry about batteries if you got a hand crank one. They got hand crank emergency radios too. I mean, I guess you would get whatever's out there in the airways, but we got to have a plan. You do. Have a plan for what will you eat, and somehow to make a fire. If you're going to go somewhere, where would you go? Where would you go? Really. It's like the people, when the hurricanes come and they're told, you know, you need to evacuate, it's headed straight here, and you have those people, no, I'm not going nowhere, I'm staying put. And they ride out the storm. Well, some of them don't ride out the storm, they're washed away with the storm. But they do mandatory evacuations to save as many people as possible. And then you have people who will board up their windows and stuff like that because they had a plan. They saw something coming and they made preparations to prepare. Okay, and they probably fled. The people who boards up their windows, they probably, you know, go out to a safer place and then come back and see if there's anything left. Have a plan. Yeah. Get yourself a plan, you all. Betty, something is going on with the Pacific Ocean and the lands meeting for federal government needs some help. Thank you. You don't think the power will go out. The machine relies on power. Muddy girl, honey, you got to stand your ground. Yes, you do. You could go on the road to Morocco. This camel is tough and the spine. You got a camel that you're riding? That'd be great. Oh, we got a bot buddy. Did we get that bot out? We can get GP3. Boom. Okay, I got GP3. Sounds like a GPT. They're out. We can do it. I can play moderator too. So you all, please, failure to plan is planning to fail. No matter what it is in life. No matter what it is. If you know the good you ought to do and you do not do it, well, Gina, honey, you're taking that verse out of context. Well, I'm going to say it. The person who knows the good they ought to do and they do not do it, to them that is S-I-N, or that's not nice. That's wrong. Let's just put it in words. When you know the good you ought to do and you don't do it, that's wrong. You're doing yourself wrong. And that's all I got to say about it, you all. You had a dream a huge wave of water came inside your room. Wow, that's really bad. Right on, Gina. That's right. Don't flee. Directly oversee the situation. That's right, you all. You don't want to panic. That's right. All right, honey, we can do it. We can play it. We can play it, you all. So there's oftentimes I don't plan to plan what I'm going to say before I come on a YouTube. Gina, see, you're guilty of not planning yourself. But I do plan on coming on in the mornings and doing a morning video. I do plan. And whether or not I have something, you know, like a screen in front of me to do, that's going to determine if I'm going to try to wing it. But I'm going to plan on coming on every morning and I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to tell myself, you're going to do it. People are expecting you. So you get on that YouTube, whether you feel like it or not, you better have something to say. So I plan on, that's what I do. And the words will come out. It will. Get up every morning, hopping, and it's all over. We can really live. Once again, that's me. Betty Zoom, you're right. You can. Get up. Get to moving your bodies, you all. In the mornings, if you've been a stationary person, if you can get up and move around, it'll do your body a lot of good and it'll do your spirit a lot of good. You'll have more energy. In some cases, you may not because it may really hurt. Well, Mama Bear, honey, thank you. Well, I'm glad I make your day because I got a lot of energy, you all. Got a lot of energy this morning. It's probably because I walked for 4 miles on that treadmill, but it was okay. I just put on a dance video and I just walk. You all. So we got a plan. We do. Get your plans ready, and you know what you need to plan for. Nobody needs to tell you because we all don't have the same type of plans. We all don't have the same things that we're planning for in our life as somebody else. No, it's not. Because we view the world through different lenses at times, and sometimes we have different priorities that others may not have, and because we view the world differently and our priorities may be different, we're not going to plan the way somebody tells us to plan. We're going to do it our way. Okay. As long as you plan and as long as your plans come into fruition. In Hawaii, when I took these karate-like classes, the instructor insisted on practicing the moves the way that he did it. You had to do it exactly the way he did it. And I said, well, what's it matter as long as we all can do it in the end? Oh, he did not like that at all. There was no room for individuality at all. And I did it. It doesn't matter as long as we get to the end result the same way, because we're all not going to, we all have different journeys in this life, okay? We're not robots. We all do the same thing. But in that karate class, it wasn't karate, some kind of other thing. That's he did a speech because I spoke out that you have to do it the way that he says to do it, and you cannot deviate from it, even though you know what the end result is and you can do it. You didn't like it. You got to stay fit. Yes, the Mad Catter, do it anyway, and you know how. They use the submarine to get us scared underwater exploring. The narrow path. Yeah. Hello, Michelle Stone, honey. You all. It is a narrow path in life. There is such a narrow path in many instances of life. It is. And what one's view is of narrow may not be another person's view of narrow, really. But it's okay. It's okay, you all. The most important thing is you better have a plan. And that plan right here. It starts inside of here. You can ground that plan in love. Really, you can. Gina, how are you going to tie love in with planning? Well, you can. That love is going to give you discernment. It's going to give you wisdom. It's going to give you knowledge. It's going to guide your footsteps. So I can turn it, if there's a way to turn love, put love into the equation, I'm going to do it. It's going to guide you right there. You got to guard your heart, guard that love, because it will sustain you. It will sustain you, you all. Yeah. But I am going to go. I got a real busy day today, you all. I haven't sat down yet, but it's okay, you all. Make your plans. Please work towards your plans if you got plans, and be prepared for detours along life's way, because we all seen a lot of detours on this road called life, and there's going to be a whole lot more, but you got to be able to adapt. You got to be willing to take that detour that's, you know, just for a little bit until you get back on the main road. Boom. It's like the bumps in the road. You're going to hit some potholes and stuff. You're going to be walking and you might stumble and fall. That doesn't mean you stay down there. You pick yourself up and keep going. Keep going. Even though you stumble, even though you fall, keep going. It's not the end of the world. But if you stay down there on that ground, right down there, you stay down there and you don't get yourself up, you're not going nowhere. Nowhere. And you're not going to know what you're going to miss out on, because you're still sitting down there, and you will not pick yourself back up, because you do have the strength. And I'm sure there's other people who are willing to help you get up, spiritually speaking, help you get up so you can continue down this road called life. But if you sit and you push those type of people away, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Nobody, you are. Gina, that's kind of cold. Well, it's the truth. No. Pick yourself up. Keep going. Plan on finishing this race that's been put in front of you. Plan on finishing it. And it's not going to be easy, but you can do it. You can, you all. I'm going to go. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, you all. And yeah, check out the videos. And I put a couple updates in the community section this morning, just to, yeah. And thank you to all the new members who joined this channel. Yeah. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. Oh, you're so very welcome, Mighty Girl. Thank you all. Love you.